holiday. I don't know. I say my brother when me holiday. I don't know. Me I know, say you don't know. Me I know when me holiday. I know when me holiday. That is the one I know holiday. I know when me holiday. That trouble is in me holiday. I know when me holiday. That is not the jealous of me holiday. I know when me holiday. That power below that me holiday. I know when me holiday. That whole way that me holiday. Me I know, so you don't know. Me I know when me holiday.
All right,
There's no one that holiday.
the senseless war got us like this. Even though the very people that put us inside,
I know when they holiday. That power below that holiday.
they are telling us to shut our mouth, not to talk about war crime court. But there we go. It's all about Mama Liberia. Let me say good morning, good afternoon to all of you. Good evening as well. But first of all, you know what? I'm getting confused about Facebook. Yeah, I'm really getting confused. I don't know whether that only me happening to us so because when I'm on live, you know, when I'm on live, the indicator is telling me how many people are watching. Okay. And sometimes I can be to the very lowest number. But when I get out of the out of the broadcast, live broadcast, the number is way up there. The number of people that are watching is way up there. I have no idea why is this happening to me. I don't know whether other people, any of you have experienced that also. But that what been happening, or always happening on my channel here. If I'm on live on Facebook, see the number lower, but the moment I get out of it, within a split second, as Facebook is telling me these are a huge number of people that have been watching you while you are on live. So I don't know why that is happening. Anyway, it's great to be back here. It's great to be back this afternoon. Actually, we meant to have to play host to the chief spokesman of the Liberia National Police, but unfortunately, maybe due to some other schedule or so, we didn't get any excuse or confirmation. We didn't get any excuse as to why he's not able to be with us. We will not play host to the chief spokesman of the Liberia National Police, Moses Never Walk Alone Carter. We say sorry for that. But later this evening, this night at 9 p.m., that's GMT, UK or LRB time, we'll be going to Lagos, Nigeria. We'll be discussing the Nigerian politics. And of course, a friend of mine, US Okoye, will be in studio speaking to us live from Lagos, Nigeria. Remember, next month Nigeria will be going to the they'll be heading to the polls though. Actually have election.
If you write anything on your computer, you need to get grounded.
So that's how it's looking like. But I'm here to deal with one to just discuss something very shortly. And at 2 o'clock, I'll be playing host to a Liberian based in Ghana. Good morning, good afternoon from my end, Francis Daw. Welcome, and that's the winner for the advocacy, champion advocacy for the month of December 2018, Mr. Francis Daw. Thank you so much for your hard work, especially the quest for establishing war and economic crimes code for Liberia and the full implementation of the TRC recommendations. Thank you for your hard work. Justice Forum Liberia, based in the UK, was pleased to recognize you and also select you as a champion of advocacy, social justice. We're very, very proud of you and thank you. Continue your good work. Oh, me a day out. Okay, let's go straight to the point because at 3 o'clock we will be playing host to a brother from Ghana. He want to clear his name. He want to actually protect the image of his family regarding a post that is being circulated on Facebook. There are words that people, according to the post, he's the one that said those words and things, which are really troubling, and I got in touch with him. I also responded under the post. He got back to me and he said that those are not his words, but they are very, very troubling, and I think it's about time that we begin to correct things like this at the early stage, because there's no room for anybody to call on any government to say the best way we can go forward is to grab certain people and put them on the light post and fire them and shoot them. I don't think that is the kind of a society we want now in Liberia. So the brother will be in studio at 3 o'clock in the next 20 minutes, but let me do this quickly for the next 20 minutes and I will get out and come back on to have the brother on. Some of you might have seen the post and also maybe made your comments there. So the brother said he is not the one that made those statements. So we don't know whether his account was cloned or we don't know, but he himself will clarify, and he really wants to come and clear the airwaves as well to protect the image of his family. So, all right, the issue of independent media in Liberia is a serious one, and we're struggling with it. We've been struggling for years, and in a society where we say we are young democracy, the last thing we should accept is for all of the media institutions to be in the pocket of any governing party, for that matter. We don't expect that to happen. We don't expect that to happen. Yes, if I own my radio station or I own my newspaper, yes, I have the right to associate with any organization. I have the right, perhaps, to support the government of the day. But at the same time, we need to be very, very careful how to do this. We live in a country that maybe about 80% of the people depend on radio for information. Maybe about 20% of the population in Liberia depends on the newspaper or both. But those that read the newspapers, we know definitely that the number is very, very low. Whether you take it in terms of a percentage or in terms of a population divide. We do not care much to read newspapers back home. And so, in this kind of a society, what we need to be careful of is all media institutions supporting any government of the day. When we do that, we risk misinforming the general public, the population. When we do that, we compromise what truly a media institution is. This is why sometimes you see journalists or media institutions, they're moving from one place to another, paying loyalty from one individual to another. And sometimes for some of us that have been in the media for some time, especially even from back home, I know media institutions, especially owners of media institutions, they do this probably for two important reasons. One, for money. They want to be getting contract from the government of the day. Number two, perhaps the owner of this powerhouse, media powerhouse, is related either somehow closely or by virtue of being a very good friend to the leader of the day. And so doing, their loyalty will be switched from being an independent media institution to a compromised one. And this has been going on for years now in Liberia. But I want to tell you that this is not healthy. No, it is not. If you organized or established a media institution many years ago, and from one government to another, you have been working as an independent news agent. I think it's good you stay in that lane. Because the moment you take a step and you say, well, I'm getting out of this particular box now as an independent media institution to supporting an individual, because that individual is in power, we are taking the very, very, very wrong route. And I want to admonish my friends. I want to call on my colleagues. I want to call on the media institution's owner that you have to rethink and stop dismissing people because perhaps you feel that they are talking the wrong thing. Stop dismissing people. Perhaps you feel that they are highliners and they are discussing issues that are affecting the people day by day. This is wrong. You are compromising your institution. You are also compromising your own credibility as an individual. Because yesterday, one other government was in. Your institution was at the throat of that government. Yes, day before yesterday, another government was in, and you didn't like the individual that was in power, and so your institution employed people who You wanted your message to be passed through and go out to the people. And you stood firm, and it was all over the place. But today, you say, oh yeah, this is my own. No matter what it is, this is the time now. I am going to get off that bracket, get out of that box that says I am an independent media institution, and let me support this individual because they are my brother. Yes, we are from the same region. Oh yes, because we went to the same school yesterday. Oh yes, because I want money now. And I want money, and I know if I leave the area of independency, I will be getting contract from him because we are somehow related. This is wrong. You are risking the media institution. You are risking your credibility. You are also risking your own people that trusted you yesterday and started following you or listening to your radio station or reading your newspaper. This is wrong. And what do we mean by independent media? And why is it so important for media to be independent? Independent media refers to any form of media, such as radio, television, newspapers, or the internet, that is free of influence by government or corporate interests. You see that? When you run a television, radio station, or newspapers or so, or even right now as we use the internet to reach out to many, many people, what you should be careful of is the influence by government officials or corporate interests. Be careful with it, because the moment you switch off and you start to give your loyalty to an institution, especially a governmental institution, you sell your birthright right there. You are no longer independent. Those that work for you, you will coerce them, you will police them, you will tell them what to say, you will tell them how to say it. And the moment they go off that line, you say they are against you and they are against your institution. So you begin to take the step to say, get out. Right now, we know there is a situation right now in Liberia where Heart FM, I never listened to this lady before, but one Miss Williams, they say she always talk about issues of the day, and her show, has gained some kind of prevalence now in Liberia, in Monrovia particularly. Let me say Liberia, because Heart FM do go out of the country quite a wide range. And my understanding is that Miss Williams didn't even get a call by the proprietor and owner of Heart FM, my own brother DJ Blue, but she got a text message, and the manager suggested that he wanted to have words with her, and in fact told her that the program was not coming on due to some technical problem of this at the station. And later on, the station came back on, but unfortunately, up to this present, her show is not back on, and she is not on air. My understanding is that some people are saying, according to even the report on Front Page Africa that I read last night or the day before yesterday on my show here, it says that she always bring up issues that are relative to the government of the day, flagging out issues or things that are not going the right way. But my understanding also is that my brother as well, DJ Blue, who is the owner of Heart FM and now Heart TV as well, is now paying a huge loyalty to President George Weah. And so such discussion on his radio show is not healthy for him, it's not healthy for the president and the government, it's not healthy for his institution. And so he decided to take action like this. I don't know where we're heading. Because I remember many years ago, we were talking about maybe the 2 terms of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. That was one of the stations that used to be on the back of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Whether it has to do with corruption, with nepotism, whatever vices that drive a nation in the wrong direction. And so why now, brother? You're an independent radio and television. You've been running this institution for years now. We are so happy. And some of us have, I have been so happy. I have been privileged to even, serve as guests on your show and co-host your show, the Blue Link show, for many times once I go back to Liberia. Because I told you, we're independent. But if for any reason that perhaps you want to switch your loyalty, probably do it in the best way possible, that somebody can't be hurt. But now Miss Williams is at home now. She says she doesn't even know whether she's going back to work there. We can't do this. And so an independent media refers to any form of media, such as radio, television, newspapers, or the internet, that is free of influence by government or corporate interests. The moment you begin to give attention or maybe give your loyalty to any of these, you compromise your status, you compromise your credibility, your trust of being an independent media institution. And that brings us to the question of a free press. What is the importance of free press? Free speech rather, and free press together allow people to obtain information from a wide range of sources that are not dictated or restricted by the government, so that they can make decisions, develop opinions, and communicate their views to the government by voting, assembling, protesting, sharing ideas, etc. But the moment you switch from being an independent media institution, these attributes now will be very, very hard, very difficult for you to follow. You will no longer be a free press. No. Because your choice of broadcast, your choice of words now regarding broadcasting, your choice of words of publishing the stories on newspaper will have to be, perhaps I can say, policed by the government you are supporting. And that's the danger. Because at the end of the day, at that time now, you are no longer interested in the people. No, you are no longer interested in the wider community. You are only interested in an individual, protecting the individual interest, and of course the government of the day. There's nothing wrong about you protecting. There's nothing wrong about you switching from being an independent media institution to perhaps a coerced one. But why did you start that way in the first place? Let's answer the other question. Why is free press important to democracy? Why? Why is it independent free press. Why is it important to democracy? Freedom of expression is important for democracy because it enables the public to participate in making decisions based on the free flow of information and ideas. Without it, people would be unable to make informed decisions. You see that? We need independent press. If we don't have independent press, if all the media institutions, all the media powerhouse in Liberia will follow every government that comes and it comes in power, the people are not being served. Justice is not being done to the rest of the people. It's wrong. Freedom of expressions will be buried by you, the media, because you won't want to go to see people protesting and report it. You won't want to. You wouldn't want your media house to go and be part of the protest that is taking place. Whether people are protesting and asking the government that they want the Liberia Electricity Corporation on their side, they want light, or whether a community is actually staging a protest because they want the bridge to be built to connect their towns or their communities. And so when you are not, if you do not have an independent press in your country, everything about rights, freedom of expressions, everything is buried. Because these institutions would rather be more interested in promoting the image of that individual that is in power and the government than hearing the voices of the people and helping to amplify those voices. So it is important to have free press in order for democracy to flourish. Furthermore, let me go down a little bit. What is the importance of media in a democracy? A democracy is a system of government in which all the people of a country can vote to elect their representatives. Media came into existence around the 1780s with the introduction of newspapers, and since then it has matured by leaps and bounds. It has played a very important role in shaping human minds. You can't rule it out. We need the media. Not only the media, we need people who are open-minded to run media institutions, to own media institutions. Come there with an open mind that you say, look, I'm not doing this just because of the money. I'm not doing this because of somebody. I'm doing it because I want to be as a bridge between the people and the government of the day. Let's look at the purpose of free press. My time is running out because I need to have an interview with somebody soon. What is the purpose of a free press? It enables people to obtain information from a diversity of sources, make decisions, and communicate those decisions to the government. Beyond the political purpose of free speech, the First Amendment provides American people with a marketplace of ideas. This one is attached not to America, but we can borrow it from there. It enables people to obtain information from a diversity of source. Yes, if you don't have an independent press, and you have, let's say we have only 10 newspapers in Liberia, in Monrovia, okay, and we have only 5 radio stations, And you tell me now, if the 10 media, let's say if the 10 newspapers and the 5 radio stations are all supporting government, do you think you have freedom of expression? No. You can't go to any radio station and say, well, please, I want the airtime. Somebody just, you know, a government official just raped my daughter or so. They're not going to give you with nothing. They're not going to give you. Because at the end of the day, you say government official. And because this media institution is part of the government, they're not going to give you any chance to use their airtime. No way. That newspaper is not going to publish that story for you. And so we need independent media institutions. Free press. Let's look at the role of the media. Let's look at the role of the media. Media of today is playing an outstanding role in creating and shaping of public opinion and strengthening of society. Media is the sword arm of democracy. You hear that? Media is the sword arm of democracy. Media acts as watchdog to protect public interest against malpractice and create public awareness. This is the key point. So, like for example, the example I set here, if the 10 newspapers that are operating in Liberia, for example, all of them are supporting the government, and the only 5 radio stations that we have in the country, for example, as well, all of them are supporting the government of the day. Media will not be the sword arm of democracy there. No. The media will not be the sword arm of democracy right there. Because they're all gone. And they're playing and dancing under the tunes of control device, something like that. Because what the leader wants them to report and say is what they will be doing. So what is the main purpose of, what is the main role of media? Media of today is playing an outstanding role in creating and shaping of public opinion and strengthening of society. Media is the sword arm of democracy. Media acts as watchdog to protect public interest against malpractice and create public awareness. You see, that is why if the media is around and we are having a protest for the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Code for Liberia, the media will help us to amplify our voices. But if the government of the day is not in support of our protest, and the media, the only media institution that we have in the country is supporting the government, obviously they are not going to support our protest, and our voices will be buried. So it's vital that we have an independent media in the country. Yeah, we know. Yes, we know. There are huge challenges about that. But you, perhaps before you establish yourself, you had a look at all the risks involved and everything, and you venture into it. Why now? Why are you changing your colors now? Why are you changing your tune now? Yesterday, The other government came, you sat down on the fence, and you asked your people to report everything about that government and check and balance that government. Another government came, you did the same thing. Another government came, you did the same thing. But today you have different government, and you say, well, I'm no longer going to remain independent because the person that is in power now, I like them. This must cause the person is my cousin, or we from the same region or so. And so I'm going now to switch my loyalty to them, including my media institution. It's a danger right there, my people. Stop it. Stop it. I don't know. We haven't heard from my brother DJ Blue, but we want to hear from you. I follow quite a number of shows in the morning or so. And sometimes people are discussing different things. Somebody will call and say, why is this person now on air? People are still asking about Miss Williams. Why are they not hearing Miss Williams' voice on Hot FM anymore in the morning? You owe these people explanation, DJ Blue. They are why your institution is existing. You got to get this. These people, these Liberian people that are asking questions are what make Hot FM what it is today. And so all of them that are asking the question now, they have the right to get an answer from you. It's not time about maybe showing that where I own it and I can do anything I want to do with it. But give the people explanation. They're asking, they want to know. Must I want to know? Why is this show not on anymore? But other shows are on. Other platforms on your radio, they are on. Why is Miss Williams is no longer on air? Why we don't hear? I mean, stop. I want you to stop the people thinking for themselves. Every media institutions, the big media institutions across the world. If somebody is fired, or somebody is removed from a particular program or so, the institution will have to come and explain itself to the people. You depend on these people for you to exist. Thank you. All right, quickly. Finally, let's look at the roles, media's roles. The media typically plays three roles in no particular order. The media plays the role of a gatekeeper, a scorekeeper, and a watchdog, according to this definition. When I was doing my courses, a lot of courses or so, I came across this several times. The media plays the role of a gatekeeper, a scorekeeper, and a watchdog. The media as a gatekeeper simply means that the elites who control a particular news entity decide what gets on the air or in a newspaper. That's what we're talking about. You see? The media is the gatekeeper simply means that the elites who control a particular news entity decide what gets on the air or in a newspaper, which is really wrong. If you want to support democracy in your country, and you say you are truly an independent news media, you are there for the people. Let's forget about this loyalty. It's destroying our nation. Because even when we see that the wrong it's been applied somewhere. We are still going there to say, no, it is okay to do it. Because why? The person who is doing it is perhaps your relative or some kind of way connected. That is wrong. And that is exactly what is happening in our country today, in our society today. People are seeing the wrong being done by individuals. But yet then they go out and raise praises to that individual. We got to stop this. You get thousands of people that are behind you, that are actually depending on what you say and how you do it and what you do. For the one individual read by you, you want to just forget about 1,000 people? You want to remain independent. Remain independent. But the media, we need you people. And we can't afford all of you supporting a government. We can't. Maybe somebody will say, come and open your own radio station here. Or come and open your own newspaper here. But that's not the case. You are already doing the business. You've been doing the business. You've been independent for years. Why the sudden change? For money? You want to be getting more contract from the government? Or for promoting an image that many people are asking questions about? Think twice. Liberia, for all of us, think about your future image as an individual and for the sake of your entity. When we do this, when we apply these thoughts, our society will be transformed. And we enjoy the fruit of democracy. Thank you so much this afternoon. God bless you. God bless the continent of Africa. Above all else, may God bless Mama Liberia.